Hey, so und Konnichiwa, hier ist wieder euer Keanu zurück mit Let's Play Corpse Party und wir machen da weiter, wo wir beim letzten Mal verreckt sind. Und es fängt direkt sehr laut an. Ist das nicht schön? Jetzt lauf ab und zu mal. Ich bin doch... Boah, ich bin immer schneller versunken zum Ende hin. Kishinuma grabbed onto my arm and tried to pull me free from the object. But within its depths, there was a little girl with black eyes and she was staring right at us. Hallo Gollum! Gollum. The sight was unnerving, but he didn't flinch for long. He continued pulling and desperately trying to free me from becoming a part of this pillar makeup. Wow. Mm-mm.
1は決勝は拾えたか。
これさっきの柱の結晶よ。
Victory obtained. Was? Was? Kisaragi Academy Class 2-9, just prior to morning homeroom. I entered the classroom, school bag in hand, and beelined directly for Naomi. From a look on her face, she'd been waiting for me. Achso, wir sind jetzt in der normalen Welt, okay. Naomi shook her head. Her voice quivered. No doubt memories of her time in Heavenly Host were surfacing for her, just as they had been for me. And my news was no better, unfortunately.
隣の人にも聞いてみたが、物音がしなかったから昨日は帰ってきてないんじゃないかって。そんな、やめてよ。やだよ。もう友達いなくなるの。
Naomi had her face completely buried in her hands at this point.
よしきの話だと、篠崎が天神賞絡みで危ない目に遭っているみたいだけど、あそこはもう存在しないはずだし。 どこで何をやっているんだ。よしき、篠崎。
In my worry, I did what I often do when trying to clear my mind and looked out the window, staring into cloudy sky. And suddenly, there it was again. There was a solid black, spherical object hovering in the sky.
見えるか。
Nur halt ohne Zombies, Chaos Sonic. Our homeroom teacher, Mr. Yamazaki, entered the classroom with his usual air of authority.
Sensei, あの黒いの見えますか？
なんだりゃ。
Okay, das schwarze Ding kann alles auch von Leuten gesehen werden, die nichts mit der Heavenly Host zu tun haben. If even the teacher was startled by this, must be juicy, or so all the other students seemed to think, as they began to murmur noisily and get up to see for themselves. Die Jungs haben ihren Spaß. Naomi and I looked one another in the eye. We were both thinking the same thing. After class ended, we took a trip to Polovina Academy High School. We needed something to go on, kind of clue, anything at all, really, so we just started asking around. Eventually, we encountered a girl who was crying profusely about some friend of hers who'd gone missing. The entire time Mio spoke with us, she was trying to rub the tears from her eyes, and each time she attempted it, it made her ponytail twitch. We'd pledged after our escape not to burden others unnecessarily with information about Heavenly Host, feeling that most people were simply better off for not knowing. She was actually grabbing my shirt now, and the tears were pouring from her eyes all over again. Aiko Niwa, the girl we met at Makina Shinosaki's apartment. She'd seemed calm and confident, even a little full of herself. But somewhere deep down, I'd felt there was a chink in her armor. I think Naomi had felt it too. Mio rubbed her eyes again, her ponytail perking up once more, and looked up at us with big, wet saucers. Out of options, we elected to retray the Sachiko in the after ritual. That was our method of ingress into Heavenly Host last time after all. With proxy doll in hand and my bag of supplies at the ready, the two of us yanked our arms back as hard as we could, splitting the paper in two so that we each held a piece. I patted my back, as if demonstrating to Naomi how much was in it. It should have been fairly obvious, though the bag itself was practically bursting at the seams. Helicopters flew by overhead, no doubt in response to the mysterious black orb that had appeared in our sky. We watched the flurry of activity above us as we glumly left Polowina Academy High School, no closer to any answers than were before. Glancing over at Naomi, I saw the sour expression on her face and tried to imagine why she didn't want to go back home. And it wasn't hard to think of numerous reasons.
今日もクオン先生のところに行くのか？そうか。じゃあさ、俺ん家寄って行かないか？母さん。
Her expression instantly measurably brightened.
頼むよ。ユカを喜ばせてやってくれ。
ありがとう。
We shifted direction slightly and began the relatively short foot trek to my house. It was an ordinary and rather pleasant walk for a while, until Naomi caught sight of her mother turning the corner up ahead. At the time, I didn't realize who it was. She was clasping the arm of a young man sporting a shaved head and a construction outfit, with some sort of insignia emblazoned on the back of his uniform. She was clearly very close to this man, cuddling up to him as they walked, putting his arm into her bosom and even sneaking a few kisses before the pair disappeared down an alleyway.
どうした、ナオミ？
なんでもない。なんでもないから。
Anscheinend hat die Mutter einen Freund. Okay, geht, bro. Okay. Her voice had gone up a full octave as she said this. Clearly, something was indeed bothering her, but I had no way to know what it was in the moment, and could only take her at her word. And her word was, by all appearances, that everything was fine. She'd more or less closed herself off, outwardly pretending not to have seen a thing. As we drew closer to my house, we slowly began to see a strange light illuminating the area around it. And that area was different than what it had looked like this morning, to say the least. There was now a bamboo wall surrounding my home, and most notably, it now had a hot spring. What words are there for situations like this? Lumoxed, maybe?
朝までこんなものなかったのに。なんだよ、持田の湯って。
落ち着いて、サトシ。とりあえず中に入ってみようよ。
Immediately upon opening my front door, however, we were greeted by a sign reading, "This way to the natural springs." Sollte da irgendeine Badeszene kommen, muss ich euch das Bild leider mal ein bisschen wegnehmen. Oder irgendwie anders bearbeiten. Oh ja, Moment. Sag so. Das bearbeiten wir jetzt mal so ein bisschen. Das haben wir gleich. Wie machen wir das? Ich glaube, ich mach da mal... Oh doch. Ich will YouTube nämlich keine Gründe geben. Ich kenne YouTube. Tut mir leid. Die Sicherheit meines Kanals geht da ein bisschen vor. Wo ist mein Hauptordner? Hauptordner. Da ist mein Hauptordner. Ihr seid so kleine Spanner, ihr. So, neue Bitmap. Okay, ist das? Jo. So, das ist jetzt ein schwarzes Bild. Das werde ich jetzt mal, Ich bin gemein zu euch, ich weiß. So, ich lasse das jetzt... Moment, einfach... So. Da müsste... Ups. Pause. Müsste das so passen. So. Die untere Hälfte. Die untere Hälfte passt soweit. Glaube ich. We entered the dressing room only to find Yuka. Die ist nicht nackt. Nur ein bisschen.
おかえりお兄ちゃん、ナオミお姉ちゃん。いいお湯だよ。
ゆか
Yuka was holding a toy goldfish, a towel, and a small beach ball in her hands.
何やってるんだよ
That's not the question I should have asked, but I was in too much shock for my words to come out of the way I meant them to. And Yuka didn't seem to mind. She just smiled back at me, as joyful as I had ever seen her.
すごいよ。
Grabbing one of each our hands, she slid open the glass door in the back and led us into the Mochida Springs proper that we'd just been hearing so much about. Wollte das...
アニコ。
Ja!
なかなかいい湯だね。
Gut, dass ich das gemacht habe. Man sieht da jetzt nämlich pur nackt. Und wie... Ich versuche gerade Common Sense zu bilden. Er ist ein Kerl, die beiden Mädels sind nackt und sie haben kein Problem damit, dass er sie nackt sieht. There was another girl already soaking in the springs. A young girl, around Yuka's age, sporting a stylish hairdo.
会ったことなかったっけ。ユカのクラスのお友達、水原さつきちゃんだよ。よろしくね、兄くん。おっぱいばっか見ないでよね。まあ、厨房の父なんか見ても興奮しないか。あはは。プルンプルンプルン。
Poinky poinky.
なんだそりゃってこらプルンプルンさせるな
It was officially nothing made any sense anymore.
何が一体どうなってるんだ
サトシ、しっかり。
Naomi had grabbed hold of my shoulders, as if to keep me upright in case I had suddenly decided to faint, which all things considered was probably a sensible precaution. Ja, und sie natürlich auch noch. Die Lehrerin. Superreiche.
不王先生
健康にもいいし、天然の硫黄温泉は霊を遠ざけるのよ。お昼までに作っておいてねって頼んでおいたの。うちの工事事業部、優秀でしょう。
何勝手にそんなことしてんの
I pointed my finger at her in an accusatory manner, as was the style at the time. Die hat auch wohl kein Problem, sich so ihrem Schüler zu zeigen.
ナオミちゃんもいらっしゃい。お邪魔してます。
Okay, die... Das sieht irgendwie... Das war anime-mäßig natürlich. Suddenly I found myself shuddering down to my core as my mom appeared before us wearing nothing but... Sogar die Mutter!
母さん
Her skin was brightly pink and she seemed to be in very high spirits. By the looks of things, she was in the spring herself until just a moment before we arrived, and she'd evidently stepped out of the kitchen to get a very large number of beverages.
あのさ飲み物取りに行くならちゃんと体拭いてから行けよびしょびしょじゃないか
Ich würde es euch ja gerne zeigen, aber ich will, wie gesagt, meinen Kanal nicht riskieren.
みんな飲んで。ゆかちママ最高。
Das hätte ich von N-Smash erwartet, aber nicht von dir. Yuka and Satsuki were also in very high spirits. As was Miss Kurn.
みんなで写メ撮りましょう。持田の湯、竣工記念よ。 並んで。せーチーズ。チース。チーズ。
Es ist so ein Problem, jetzt irgendwas zu sagen. Wenn man was sagt, die sind 14, dann gilt man gleich als pädophil. Aber leider muss ich sagen, mir gefällt das Bild irgendwie und vor allem Satoshis Ausdruck. Alle voll ein Smile und er so nur, was mache ich eigentlich hier? Brody, wie viel Zeit haben wir denn bereits? Beziehungsweise bei welcher Zeit sind wir? Sag mir das mal. Das muss ja jetzt auch schon wieder eine ganze Weile her sein, dass wir den Part angefangen haben. Das Spiel macht mich einfach nur fertig. Etwa 21 Minuten. Gut, dann mache ich einmal so und würde sagen, dass ich den Part an der Stelle beende. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Das war euer Kano mit Let's Play Corpse Party Blood Drive. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.